actually know that what I'm putting on is just a shift dress. Yes, so this are all shift wears. And you know one good thing about shift dress, you don't need to do too much to achieve this. With little or no knowledge about tailoring, you can actually make a shift dress. So these are dresses you can wear out to occasions, you can wear to church, you can wear on a Friday. So what I just did basically is just to put a little bit of design on the upper part and the sleeve to give it a bit of class. Yes, and as you can see, the back, it doesn't have a zip. So if you're interested in learning how I achieved this dress, yes, the basics of how to achieve a shift dress, then you want to watch this video to the very end. So let's get right into it. So I've already ruled my start line. Yes, this is also be serving as my shoulder line. So all my measurements will be starting from this start line. So the next thing I want to do is to take all my vertical measurements. So I'll go ahead and take my chest measurement first. So my chest line, as you can see, the formula on the screen is 8.75. So in addition to it, we'll be taking our shoulder slope, which is 1 inch. So that will give me 9.75. So 8.75 plus 1 inch, that is 9.75 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark my 9.75 inches. Okay, I also mark it on the other hand in order to give me a straight line. All right, 9.75. Then I'll go ahead and mark my bust measurement. So my bust is 12 inches. I'll go ahead and mark my waist measurement. So for my waist, I will be using 16.5 inches. All right, so I'll be using my measurement for the purpose of this tutorial. So I'll go ahead and mark it on the other hand in order to get a straight line. So my bust 12, my waist 16.5 inches. So going with my straight ruler and connect. Okay, so the next measurement I want to take from my waist, I'll be going down by 7 inches for the hip. So if you're a bit taller, yes, anything above 5.7, then you can consider 8 inches for your hip. So I'll go in with my ruler and rule it. So we'll be working on the lower part, yes, but let's concentrate first on the upper part. So I'll go ahead and label my lines so we can better understand this. Fourth is the hip line. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to go in with my horizontal measurement. Remember I said this line will be serving as my shoulder line. So my shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2 will give me 8 inches. I'll mark it on the start line, and I'll also mark my 8 inches on the shoulder line, just like this. Then the next thing I want to mark is my armhole. Right, the formula is for that is bust divided by 4, just 4 divided by 4, but you mark it on the same line, which is the chest line. That is where your arm will be ending. So mine is 10.75, so I'll go ahead and mark my 10.75. all right, okay, so I have marked my 10.75. so because it's a shift wear, all right, remember I said it's a shift wear, so for this wear I would not be using zip, so it needs to be a bit free. It is not the regular fitted dress, so it's a shift dress that you can easily wear. So for me, I will be adding just ½ inch to all my measurements. Yes, remember this, what I'm drafting is on fold. Remember I'll be dividing all my measurements aside the shoulder. I'll be dividing all my measurement by 4 because I'm drafting this on fold. And remember, this will be our front and as well as our back pattern. So you will get to understand as I draft this. So but for all the measurement, I'll be adding ½ an inch. So meaning that I'm adding 1 by the time I open it up. Remember, this is divided by 4. All right, so just follow through what I'm doing. So I'm adding ½ inch to all my measurements. because it's a shift dress, it won't be having a zip. So this is the new line. So the next thing I want to do is to go to my waist and take my waist measurement. So my waist measurement divided by 4 will give me 9.25. So 9.25 for the up plus half and inch, which is the ease allowance, that will give me 9.75. Okay, so I've marked that. The next thing I want to do is to go to the hip. My hip divided by 4 will give me 11.75 plus half an inch that I said, which is the ease allowance, that will give me 12.25. All right, 11.75 plus 0.5 inch will give me 12.25. all right, so I have marked this. So I'll be using my going in with my ruler to do the connection. So remember I said we added shoulder slope. That was why we have the chest line for 9.75. So the 1 inch shoulder slope, we will be removing the 1 inch shoulder slope. So don't forget to remove the 1 inch shoulder slope. So I'll be left with my 8.75, as you can see. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to get the midpoint of this 8.75. So just fold your measuring tape to the to the line, to the 8.75, whatsoever your measurement is. Get the midpoint like this. Then the next thing you want to do is to go in by half an inch, just like this. I hope you're getting it. So the next thing you want to do is to get, if you have your curve, it's fine. Yes, I have the curve also. So this is called the armhole curve. So if you have this curve, it's okay. But if you also have your pattern master, your pattern master can also work. So anyone works for the armhole curve. All right, so let me just go ahead and use the curve. Remember, this is where we're handing it. So can you see the way I placed it? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to connect it to the half I marked in, and connect it all the way to the armhole marking, just like this. Okay, so this is it. So if you also have your pattern master, anyone works, you just use this part of your pattern master. You see, so anyone works. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is to do my connection from the chest line all the way to the waist. So I'll be using my straight ruler to do all the other connections. All right, so the next thing I also want to do is to connect my waist all the way to the hip. Okay, so before we move to the down part, the next thing we want to do is to take our neck measurement. Remember I said what I'm drafting will be serving for our front pattern as well as our back pattern. So we'll be drafting the front neck and the back neck. So just follow me as I am doing it. So let's grab the first one first. So for the front pattern, I'll be going down, but there's a formula, as you can see on the screen, that is a formula for the neck width and the neck depth. So you can follow the formula. But for this, I would not be totally following the formula. So I'll just be doing a neck depth of 3.5 inches and a neck width of 3 inches, just like this. Then I'll go in with my ruler and do my connection. Okay, remember this and this is what we are connecting. Okay, so you use your inner curve. You can see how I placed mine. Then you connect, just like this. So this is for the front. I'll just label it front. So the next thing is to get the back. Okay, so for the back we'll still be using the same neck width, but the depth this time around will be different. So for the back I'll just be going down by 1 inch. Okay, Just 1 inch is okay. So for this, I'll place my pattern master this way, and I'll be using this side. So I'll just place it this way, connecting from the same neck width to the new neck depth, like this. Okay, so I will label this my back. Then I would, from the width, I'll connect it to the shoulder slope that we took. Remember, our shoulder is not straight, so that is why we have the shoulder slope. So I'll just do the connection this way. All right, so remember, this is the back, this is the front. So the next thing I want to do, we are almost done. So the next thing I want to do is to take the depth, the full length of the gown. So it's going to be, it's a short gown, as you can see. So I'll just be using a total length of 39 inches. So I'll mark my 39 inches, and I'll also be marking my 39 inches on the other hand to give me a straight rule. So I'll go in with my pattern master. Okay, let me fold this up a bit so that we can better see. All right, so I'll just go in with my pattern master to connect, yes, the line. So the next thing I want to do is to take the measurement for the full for the length. So remember, my waist measurement was 11.75, and I had 5-inch ease, 0.5-inch ease allowance, making 12.25 inches. So whatever I took on the waist is the same thing that I'll be taking on the length. So I'll just take my 12.25. All right, and I'll use my pattern master, which is the straight line this time around, and just connect it, since it's the same measurement for the hip to the dress length. So it's very easy to connect. Okay, so we are almost done with the shift dress. So I have my sheet, I have my front neck, my back neck, the chest, the bust, the waist, the hip, and the dress length. All right, so every other thing has been done. Okay guys, so I am done adding the same allowance for the side, from the chest line all the way down to the dress length, the gown length. I added 1.5 inch, yes, for my same allowance. Then for the armhole, the shoulder slope, and also the neck, yes, the neck, I added 0.5 inch to the upper part, and the lower part I added 1.5. So the next thing I want to do is to go and cut. So remember, if you're doing a shift dress this way, and you have your front pattern and your back pattern together, the first thing you're cutting is to cut your back pattern. Yeah, so once you're done cutting the back pattern, then you cut the front neck and cut the front pattern. So let's cut it out. So this is the front and the back pattern. So I'll just go ahead and cut the back. Remember, this, I still have my front neck. I only cut the back neck for the back pattern. So smoothen your fabric as desired. Remember, this place is on fold. The front part is on fold. So this is my back. So next thing is to cut the front neck. Okay, so definitely this neck cannot fit in my head, but I'll be having some opening in front. Okay, so I've cut away the front. This is my the front neck. So I'll go ahead and fold my fabric and also cut this. So this is my front pattern. So for this shift dress, and because of the flexibility of this paper, of this fabric, very soft, I'll be adding lining. Alright. So I just want to show you how it will look like on the upper part. Alright. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. So with this foundation, you should be able to create your own design. Just come up, be creative. Just come up with any design. All of those designs you're seeing online, they are being created. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Catch you in my next video. Bye.